Beneath our feet, beneath oceans and deserts, beneath centuries of silent civilizations lie waiting. Every shovel in the earth is a conversation with the dead. Today, we uncover 10 discoveries that didn't just rewrite history, they shattered everything we thought we knew. In 1994, a Kurdish shepherd noticed an unusual stone on a hilltop in southeastern Turkey. What archaeologists uncovered beneath the surface would force a complete rewrite of human civilization. Göbekli Tepe, dated to 9600 BCE, is the world's oldest known temple complex, built 6,000 years before Stonehenge, 6,000 years before the pyramids. And here's the twist. It was built by hunter-gatherers, people we assumed had no time, no reason, no ability to build monuments like this. Göbekli Tepe doesn't just push back the timeline of organized religion, it suggests that the desire to worship may have come before farming, that spirituality, not survival, may have driven humans to settle down. For over 1,000 years, Egyptian hieroglyphics were a dead language. No living person could read them. Then, in 1799, Napoleon's soldiers in Egypt discovered a slab of granodiorite engraved with the same decree in 3 scripts: ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, Demotic, and ancient Greek. The Rosetta Stone didn't just unlock one language. It unlocked an entire civilization. Within decades, scholars decoded centuries of Egyptian history, medical texts, love poems, tax records, royal decrees. The stone proved that language itself is the master key to the past. The 4th of November, 1922. Howard Carter is losing hope. He spent years digging in the Valley of the Kings and found almost nothing. Then a water boy stumbles on a step cut into the rock. 12 steps later, Carter stands before a sealed door unbroken for 3,200 years. When he pierced the wall and held a candle to the hole, his colleague Lord Carnarvon asked, "Can you see anything?" Carter's reply became one of the most famous lines in archaeology history. "Yes. Wonderful things. Inside, over 5,000 artifacts, a golden throne, chariots, and a solid gold coffin encasing the mummified boy king. It remains the most intact royal tomb ever discovered." On August 24th, 79 CE, Mount Vesuvius erupted, burying the Roman city of Pompeii under 13 to 20 feet of ash and pumice in less than 24 hours. Nearly 2,000 people perished. And then, for 1,700 years, the city simply vanished from history. When excavations began in the 18th century, archaeologists found something extraordinary. A city frozen midlife. Bread still in the ovens, election graffiti on walls, jars of wine, even the positions of the dead, preserved as plaster casts of the voids left in hardened ash, a man shielding his face, a family huddled together. Pompeii doesn't just show us Roman architecture, it shows us Roman life. In 1947, a young Bedouin shepherd threw a rock into a cave near the Dead Sea and heard something shatter. What he found inside would ignite one of the most significant religious and historical debates of the 20th century. The Dead Sea Scrolls, over 900 manuscripts, some dating back to 250 BCE. They contain the oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible, written more than 1,000 years before any previously known manuscript. They also include texts never before seen, apocalyptic writings, hymns, community rules. For scholars of religion, history, and linguistics, the scrolls are nothing less than a time machine to the ancient world. High in the Peruvian Andes, at 7,972 feet above sea level, the Inca built a city so remote and so well hidden that Spanish conquistadors never found it. In 1911, American historian Hiram Bingham was led up a steep ridge by a local farmer and emerged from the cloud forest to find a perfectly preserved stone city, Machu Picchu. Built in the 15th century, without mortar, without the wheel, Without iron tools, its stones fit together so precisely that you cannot slide a sheet of paper between them. Astronomically aligned, seismically engineered, architecturally breathtaking. Machu Picchu isn't just a wonder of the ancient world. It's proof that sophistication doesn't require the tools we assume are necessary. In 1974, farmers digging a well in Xi'an, China, hit something hard. What they found beneath their field was one of the greatest archaeological discoveries in human history, the terracotta army of Emperor Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. Over 8,000 life-size soldiers, 130 chariots, and 670 horses, each with unique facial features, arranged in battle formation built to protect the emperor in his afterlife. The scale of the construction is staggering. 700,000 workers, 36 years to build. And here's what keeps archaeologists awake at night. The emperor's actual tomb remains sealed. Ancient texts describe rivers of mercury flowing inside. Modern scans confirm elevated mercury levels. The greatest discovery may still be waiting. In 1901, sponge divers off the Greek island of Antikythera salvaged a corroded lump of bronze from a 2,000-year-old shipwreck. For decades, no one knew what it was. When X-ray technology finally allowed researchers to peer inside, they found something that should not have existed, a fully functioning astronomical computer with over 30 interlocking bronze gears capable of predicting solar and lunar eclipses, the positions of planets, and the timing of the Olympic Games. This device, built around 150 BCE, wouldn't be matched in mechanical complexity for another 1,400 years. The Antikythera mechanism didn't just reveal ancient Greek genius. It revealed that the ancient world may have been far more technologically advanced than we ever imagined. We tend to think of cities as a recent invention, a product of agriculture and the ancient empires we all know. But Tutankhamun in modern Turkey tells a different story. Occupied from roughly 7,500 to 5,700 BCE, this was one of the world's first true urban settlements, home to up to 8,000 people living in densely packed mud brick houses entered through the roof. There were no streets, no central ruler, no palace or temple. Everyone was equal. The dead were buried beneath the floors of their homes. Wall paintings depicted vultures, aurochs, and hunts. What Çatalhöyük teaches us is profound. Humans figured out how to live together in large numbers long before kings told them to. As remarkable as the discoveries above ground have been, some archaeologists believe the greatest finds of all still lie beneath the ocean. Sea levels were dramatically lower during the last ice age, meaning vast stretches of coastline where early humans likely lived are now submerged. Off the coast of India, submerged structures in the Gulf of Combat may date back 9,500 years. In the Mediterranean, underwater cities and harbors hint at civilizations erased by rising seas. And with new sonar technology, satellite mapping, and AI-assisted image analysis, we are entering a new golden age of discovery. The ancient world is not fully discovered. It is waiting. And we are just beginning to look. Every generation rewrites history, not because history changes, but because we keep finding more of it. What discovery comes next? That depends on who's willing to look. If this video sparked your curiosity, subscribe, because the past never stops surprising us, and neither do we.